Hey everybody, welcome back to the AfterLife SMP server is season 2. Now, you guys last episode had some pretty interesting comments. One comment I saw that was pretty cool was a comment talking about how whenever I record, I sometimes do this like little circle thing, or I kind of jitter my mouse a little bit. It's something I did sort of notice it, but I didn't really think of it as a problem. But after seeing some comments, one thing I am going to try to do is cut that out of the videos as much as I can. This little jitter movements, these little circles, because I mean it's cool for me and it's kind of a nervous habit for me. It's something I've just kind of been doing, but I know it can get kind of annoying. So I am going to try to cut that out of videos, and that is something that you guys provided some pretty good feedback on me. So I do thank you for that. But since the last episode, guys, as you can see, I pretty much finished all the wheat field over there, as I just did a little circle thing. I also went ahead, actually I don't think I've done anything else. I think I moved some carrots over here to the barn area over here. Ooh, another thing too, live stream. I put some carrots right there. Live stream, can we hop off here? In a live stream, I went ahead and extended this cow pen and created this sheep pen down here. So we've got those two things done. The sheep pen won't be too big though. Simply because we don't really need a lot of sheep, and this is just plenty of area for the little amount of sheep that we're actually going to need, so I'm just going to keep that like that. But today's episode, guys, we may work on the farm just a tad, but that's not the main focus of today. The main focus, at least for the first part of the episode, is going to be over here at this side of the base, because a little while ago, I think a couple live streams ago, something like that, I went ahead and cleared this area that you see right here. This is where we had our old farm. So whenever we originally came over to this base area, we had these farms right here, these basic farms. There was like a wheat field over here, like a little wheat farm right here, and then carrot, potato, I think. We had some pumpkins and melons and things like that, but I got rid of that. And the reason for that is I want to build something right here. I have a few materials over here. I've got some stone, just my regular boxes over here, but I want to use all of these materials to go ahead and build a fountain right here, add a little bit of a pathway around it, and start connecting all the pathways over there to there, all the way around, at least for the first part of today's episode. And then for the second half, we'll probably go and work on the farm some more, or just work on the base itself. I'm not entirely sure yet, but the main part of the first part of today's episode is going to be this fountain. I'm going to see if I can do a little bit of a different design than I usually do, because I've made fountains in the past, but they've usually all turned out to be sort of the same. So I'm going to see if I can do something different. If not, we'll go with a pretty basic fountain, something that doesn't take away too much from the houses around here, but still provides some kind of interest to the area. So that's kind of the goal for this. Hopefully you guys will enjoy. I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit of some materials together, get started on the fountain, and I'll bring you guys back with some progress whenever I have some. So I'm going to replace all the stone brick I had around here with these bone blocks. I think the bone blocks are going to look a lot better. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. I'm going to try to build some of this on camera with you guys. I don't know how far we're going to get, but I am going to try. Let's see, do we have any stone brick? We do, and stones. Oh, actually, I think I have some of these over here. Yeah, right there. Let's go ahead and replace those. On the sides here, I have done a little bit of planning and creative for this, guys. So this isn't just me going off the top of my head. I did do a little bit of planning in between the last clip and this one. I want to do this on the sides and see if that works out pretty well. Let's see. How does that work? Not like that. That's very bad. I feel like that the stone brick and the stone slabs contrast each other pretty well. Yeah, and they look pretty decent. They look all right. Then down in the middle here, obviously, is where we're going to have our water. Now, this thing is basically set up a block. Do we have our water bucket? And that's something I usually do with fountains. I know you don't have to, and I don't even know if it's something I would necessarily recommend, but I think because of how this pathway is going to work, and because of just how I usually do fountains, this may end up working out the way I want it to. So let's go ahead and fill in all of this water. This is going to take a little bit, so I may end up taking a little bit of a break and then coming back to you guys. There we go. All the water's in place. Grab an extra bucket for ourselves. And now for the middle pillar. Now the middle pillar, I usually do a middle pillar for these fountains. So if we go in the middle, right here, 1, 2, one of those, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1. That's how I usually do that. Let's go ahead and actually, let's actually go ahead and start with some bone blocks. So I'm gonna have bone blocks here, 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 and here. And there's gonna be 2 layers to this thing, which is what I usually do for fountains. This thing's gonna be a little more intricate than I had originally planned, but I think it's gonna do all right. And then we're gonna want, this is what I don't think we're gonna have enough of. I don't think that we're gonna have enough quartz stairs for me to do what I want to do. Because quartz is something I donated a lot of quartz to Blonde Skunk. And I don't know if, okay, we actually need to get off of here. I don't know if I have any left, so we're gonna figure that out as we go, I suppose. I'll add some, we'll bring some of those along, we'll bring some of our bone blocks along. Do that. See, this is the trouble I always find with building these things in survival. In creative, I can fly around, I can do whatever, unlimited resources. But survival, there is a limit, and there's a certain, oh no, I'll go get that in a bit. I mean, and it's cool that we only have a certain amount of resources, because at the end you're gonna be a lot more proud of it than if you were just in creative building it. But at the same time, it does make it more difficult to get these things done. So let's go ahead and do that and that. It makes it a lot more challenging, which, I mean, if you're up for the challenge, then yeah. If you're not up for the challenge, good luck. So we'll see if that works out. Slabs like you and you and you and you. Yep, that's about what I wanted. Like I said, I have done some planning for this off camera, so this isn't something that I have no experience in. Let's go ahead and look at this. That is a big fountain. That's actually a lot bigger than I thought it would be. I think it still looks okay though. Another thing I wanted to add, just to add a little bit of detail, can we grab ourselves birch? And underneath of here, like not right there. Just go in the water, make things a lot easier. Doot. There, and there, and there. Head around to the other side. Like this. There, and there. And that's just to add a little, like I said, a little bit of texture to the outside. Water is going to be flowing behind those fences, so I think it's going to stand out pretty well, and it's going to look pretty good in the end. Hopefully I did that right. Actually, I don't think I did that right. I think that's up one. Let me actually fix that real quick, guys, and I'll bring you guys back, and then we can finish the bottom half of this, put in the water, and see what it looks like. And it's fixed. Just moved it down a block. I also got myself some more quartz stairs. I did have a little bit more quartz, so I got some more quartz stairs, so that shouldn't be a problem. But the next layer is very similar, actually. If I go with what I've already sort of designed, we go like this. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do underneath, but hey. So on top, we're gonna have some quartz stairs on top. Obviously, as you can tell, I like using quartz stairs for this build, and that's for a reason. The quartz ties in well with a lot of what's going on around here. I tried to use a variety of colors for this fountain as well to try and kind of emulate what all's going on within the village, because obviously it's not just, you know, all white and all stone brick and all that. We got birch, we've got other colors, we got this color, that color, this texture, that texture, and trying to emulate those textures can be quite difficult, but I think I did pretty well with this. So next thing, we're gonna have some slabs like that around the edge. Reason for this, the water's gonna hit instead of the water's gonna hit right there. So I don't know, I feel like this kind of looks better, sounds better. Kind of like it that way. Let's see, how's that going along? That's going pretty good, I'd say that's going pretty good. Okay, so I know. I want to do that. Right? Yeah, like that. As something flies overhead, hopefully you guys cannot hear that, because I think that there's like a plane flying overhead or something. I don't really know. Yeah, there's definitely a plane flying overhead. Do that, and that. That, that. No. Bad. Wow, I can't do this. Get up on there, White. You got this, brother. There we go. Add a few more slabs. Then on the bottom here, we've got stone brick right there. I mean, there's no water that's going to actually be flowing out of this thing, but I kind of like how this looks. just a slab at the bottom right there. I really like how that looks, so I'm kind of leaving it. And then, of course, on the sides, we're going to have like that. Yeah, that's how I want it. I think that's how I want it. Well, we'll see once this thing's done and dusted. Done and finished, completed, huzzam. Hopefully, these things turn out pretty well. Go down and grab these. Do that. How's that looking? Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. I think that's... Yeah. Yeah, that's turned out pretty well. I like that. I like that a lot. On the sides here, just like up above, we're going to want some fences right there all the way around. Below here, I'm going to want a slab poking out right there. It's kind of how I want this thing to go. And then a quartz stair going right here. Kind of connect everything up. How does that look? Not bad. Not bad at all. Now, do I want this to be a full block? I don't know. Let's try. Let's see if a full block works out. Full block, full block, full block. Yeah, I think I like how the full block looks better. Definitely. And so now for the finishing touches, let's go ahead and put the water bucket on top here. Now, one thing I did notice, things can spawn here, so we may end up putting a light in here, and we'll probably put lights in the sides as well, just to make sure that no mobs can get in our way. So let's go ahead and do that and see how this turns out. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's head down here. Do that, and not bad. Not bad. It's kind of what I was going for, so I mean, I'll take it. Looks a bit weird that it's now here, out here. It's not a very complicated design anyways, but hey, I think it worked out pretty well. Ooh, and I'm forgetting one thing. This is very crucial, actually. I am actually forgetting one thing that kind of matters. That, and then on top of that, can I jump up here, please? On top of here, on top of this, that. Go ahead and do that to the rest of these things. Yes, that does add, yeah. That adds a lot. That actually does add a lot. Without that stair, it would look kind of empty. So, yeah, pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with how this thing has turned out. Hopefully you guys like it as well. Now, our next thing over here, the reason that I put this fountain where it is because we can tear a little bit of this hill away. We can't really tear much of this hill away over here, because I want to make the pathways, actually, we're going to kind of have to, I guess. I want the pathways to go right around here, and I have an idea of how we're going to do that. It's pretty simple, obviously. They're just going to kind of meet right here and converge around. So it's not anything too special, but it is something that we have to get done. So let me go off camera, guys, and let me work on these pathways and see if we can get a few of them done. And when I bring you guys back, we should have a lot of the pathways done, and I can show you guys how they look. Not bad, right? Not bad at all. I think that this ties in pretty well with the area. I put in this little pathway, as you guys saw. I haven't put the pathway back here yet, but I plan on putting another pathway probably, I guess, right here going across. Yeah, I just probably put it right through the middle right there to go off to that side. Probably not a pathway on this side. that could just be disastrous. And we'll probably do something over here. We might do like a bridge up or a staircase up. I don't really know. We'll do something right there, but yeah, it turned out looking a lot better in the area than I expected. So it's actually bigger than most of the houses around here, which, I mean, take it as you want. It's not too bad. I'll take it. But guys, for the rest of today's episode, I'm gonna go ahead and go over to the farm area because we have yet to design a pathway for the farm area over here, and I don't want to use the same pathway that we use down here. The only reason I'm using the leaves and the same pathway that we use throughout the rest of the village over into the farming area, it kind of separates off. This almost forms like a border between the farming area and the village area. So kind of works out pretty well then, and I think it overall doesn't do too bad. I've been thinking about replacing this pathway right here, this one going over to the barn, with the new pathway which I'm going to show you guys in a minute. Hopefully, the pathway that I make will be pretty good, but I'll show you guys in a minute as to what that is. And maybe we'll replace this one in the future. We'll see. But let me go ahead, guys, and grab some materials, because we're going to need a few materials to make this pathway. And I'll meet you guys just in a sec over at the barn area over there, where we have the most amount of space to do the most with, hopefully, what's going to be our new pathway design for the farm area. All right, so I got the materials I need, and I want to try out something, a little sort of pathway design inspired by someone you all know and love, who goes by the name of Blondskunk. Now, Blondskunk did a little thing in the little paradise area that we had, where he used brown concrete powder as part of our pathway. And I wanted to see if we could try and use that here as well. So we just do something like that. I don't know if we just want to use, I don't want it to be this clustered, right? I want some grass to be in the middle right there. And for now, I guess we'll just grab one of you, put a grass block right here, put dirt over here. I wanted to try this out because I feel like just having a coarse dirt and concrete powder combo would turn out pretty well. So I want to see if what I'm thinking actually works out. So let's go ahead and put a few of these in place. We're gonna need some sort of slab right here. I'm not entirely certain what I want to do for that though, but head this way. Add you there. I think that'll work out pretty well. Take you out. And let's see if this pathway design works out well for us. It's gonna be probably a three wide design like per usual, but a little bit of grass mixed in it. We might add some grass. I actually like this sort of grass, short grass, whatever, on top of it as well, and see if that works out well enough. Something like that. Add a bit of coarse dirt. Just add it here and there. Yeah, I think that actually works out pretty well. I'm pretty happy with that, actually. Add some of you. Some of this is gonna need to be replaced like that. Yep, I can go with that. And we may add some fence posts on the, I don't have anything else on me, but we may add some fence posts for like a light fixture right there and a light fixture right there. I don't really know. I'll mess around with it. But I'm gonna go ahead, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and work a bit with this pathway along the side of the fence here. I'm gonna work over here around these other side of the fence and get as much of this pathway in as I can, mess around with it a little bit and see what I like, see what I don't like, and I'll bring you guys back in a sec with a bit of a progress update. And there we go. I did a bunch of the pathways. I extended the pathways over to this side of the fence, all the ways down here. I haven't gone over to the water just yet, but we may still do that in the future. I'm really thinking about putting a fishing hut over here, which we may end up doing next episode or the episode after that, or just in the future. I feel like that would be a pretty cool thing to have over there. And of course, I extended this pathway over along this side of the fence. I didn't go this far because this is gonna be a bit difficult to do because we're on the side of a hill. So one, I may try to take some away from this weed field, or two, I'll just have to kind of deal with it and see what happens. I am not really sure what to do either for slabs for this pathway either, because obviously we're still gonna go up some hills. So I don't know if I just want to leave it like this or add maybe some spruce slabs, or I don't really know, something here. So if you guys have any suggestions for me, leave them down in the comment section below, or just follow me on Twitter, or tweet them at me at WhiteFyr_, if you do want to, if you do have any ideas. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it actually for today's episode. We got quite a bit done. We got that pathway design done, which was honestly pretty simple. And we got this fountain done over here, which I think, like I said earlier, fits in pretty well with the area. I'm very, very happy with how it turned out, and I'm looking forward to what else we're gonna do in this area. Like I said, guys, it's gonna do it for today's episode. Hope y'all enjoyed. If you did enjoy the video, go ahead, smash that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're new and or not already subscribed. Until next time, guys, take care, and I'll see you later.